Hello, welcome to IT Dash for Me, one of our first presentations, and we are coming to you live today on our channel. What we do is we basically provide enterprise tech support and consultation and infrastructure building for small businesses. We help provide hardware repair. We are an overall ITSM technical management consultation company. And we do a lot of tier one, tier two support, but more on a personal base. I am the CEO of IT Dash for Me. it-for-me.com is our website. And what we want to present to you today is a presentation for digital family investigations. The presentation is really just to help families that are looking for their family members that are lost. I have come to a conclusion that families that are like mine need my help in doing so, in finding how you can get data off of a device when a family member is lost. I find that it's important that when families are not getting the support that they need, like mine, or families that are like mine, I think it's important that we learn these tools and how we would be able to do our own investigations when we don't have the support from others. Digital Family Investigations, which will become a lawful mobile forensics guide for you, and it will help you create a timeline to reconstruct where your family member might be. If you perhaps are looking for a family member or just need a timeline created to help you, or you're looking to get data off of the devices that they may have been using, this would be a great guide to use. It's an educational guide that will help you using authorized devices, where the backups are, where the data records are. This will help you preserve evidence, organize data information, and build timelines. You can use AI to help create those timelines or capture and review digital data that may have been used. You can also contact your ISP, your internet provider that's helping you on the network. They can also use the network to find out where the device ping last. And pinging mean where it actually hit the network, where it was actually used. They can help you with that by providing you a guide and a map of where that device was hitting the network. You can also log into your my account information with your service provider, whether it be Verizon or AT&T. You can log into those accounts and they will provide you information as to data usage, when there's a timestamp as to when the phone calls were made, when messages were sent out, when data was connected. It will tell you the timestamp of when the user was actually connecting to the computer and using the device on the network. So definitely utilize those timelines on your My Billing accounts. They will tell you the usage information. If this slide is helpful for you, I again encourage you to subscribe to our channel and go and check us out at our website at it-for-me.com. And we hope that this helps you in your investigations in the future. Of course, within the first 24 hours is the most crucial time when a family member is missing or a family has to do investigating. So here's some of the things that you may want to watch out for or to look for as far as capturing data that you need to validate or utilize to create a timeline. Those things could be photos from the device, of course, records, calls, messages, anything that the network will pick up. It will also show locations. Those are things you can get from your current carrier or provider. They will be able to provide you that, or you can look on the provider's website where you would normally look at your billing. It will show you usage, timestamps as to what messages, calls, or data was used in what time. You also want to watch out for factory resets. You don't want to do that. You want to try to also keep a evidence log. Always look for every device, anything around the house that that family member would have used. That could be any phones, multiple phones they may have, maybe a work phone, laptops, work laptop, personal laptop, tablets, USB drives, SD cards, SIM cards, cameras, routers, backups, cloud that they may be syncing with, backup drives they may have. You want to make sure that you want to check files files that they may have saved may show recorded modified date. You want to check the owner of those records, the location, and the notes that may have been kept. Those are things that can be pulled off the device. That would mainly be used is called SQLite. So understanding what SQLite is and that it's a tool that can be used to pull data off of hardware. SQLite is a lightweight embedded database used by many mobile applications. It stores information in tablets, records, and timestamps things so that you can pull, or what we call as a database analyst or developer, we call it querying tables. And you can query a table to pull data out of that table, and you can put that query into a report, and that report can actually help you pull a timeline or create timestamps. So you can actually see those timestamps. This evidence is actually validated and can be used in court. So you can use SQLite to validate or analyze lawful data that is pulled and can be exported off of devices. Can SQLite analyze? Well, SQLite can analyze the context, the call history, the messages, the calendars, invites, the notes, the browser history, and of course, application data. This can vary by application, but SQLite, as a server would do, would definitely manage what data was being transmitted from the application or utilized. So that's very, very important when looking for a family member. You want to capture all of this information and put it in that timeline. SQLite database structure, of course, can be based on applications, SQLite data, tables, records, and timeline is normally how it would be sequentially categorized. These tables are linked using IDs and timestamps. Those IDs and timestamps can be used in a court of law. SQL is not that hard. Of course, a lot of people and technicians have been learning SQL for years. They've got experience where they've been building databases, or they use it for servers. And servers do what? They maintain data, and they also disperse data to other computers. So this is a really good command line or commands that you can learn. They're called SQL commands, and these commands can help you pull data. So definitely research commands, SQL common commands. Examples of SQL queries that you can do to pull information from maybe the contacts on the device, or you might need a name or a phone number. But these are query examples that can be used to query specific data. This can also be researched through AI or on the internet if you're looking to find more about querying using SQL. Reconstruction is so important. Of course, you can pull these timestamps from the calls, the messages, the photos, the calendars, the receipts, the data timestamps when the internet was used on the devices. You can pull all that together into a full timeline to show a cohesive timeline that can be used in the court of law to show a full story just by pulling data off of devices or hardware that your family used. Authorized data sources, some of the data, shared family cloud storage. Maybe you guys share a family cloud storage that's syncing every 15 minutes, or it syncs once a day. Those are places you can actually get data that's coming from those devices that can give you timestamps as to if the device was actually syncing. You need those timestamps. It tells you that the device was connecting to a network. It'll tell you where that device was. Computer backups, these are also storage syncing devices that are pulling data in. It might be pulling in pictures, it might be pulling in the home security camera footage or vehicle records that are coming from your vehicle. Maybe you have a Tesla, it's showing your device where you are. It might be actually videotaping what's going on around and syncing it to another place. Those are places you need to look at to pull in data, maybe for photos or any type of data that was saved that is being synced to your cloud. You can utilize that shared data, including calendar syncing. Those things can be added to a timeline and used in a court of law. Resetting, of course, is something that we discourage you to do because it's going to prevent you from getting as much data as you need. It does, the encryption is wiped, so it takes away the data off of the device, bringing it back to a new state. So you don't want to do a factory reset on the device. If you do, I still do encourage you to try to utilize the device to pull whatever application information or anything that's possibly might still be crumbling around on the device, I still encourage you, if it was factory reset, to try to find out what applications your family members was using, because again, SQLite might actually help. Factory reset destroys the encryption key, of course, and investigations focus on authorized backups, exports that were from the device, or anything that was put in the cloud. So if the device was syncing prior to the factory reset, you still may be able to go to the cloud database or to other places that the device was syncing with, or applications it was using, to still pull data that came from that device. For software, or just software that can help you. These are other softwares as SQLite that can be used. Here's some of them. DB is for database browser. For SQLite, you can use that. SQLite Studio, Autopsy, or any of these things. You can actually use these softwares in order for you to pull data off of hardware. Of course, in information technology, we use workflows to help us plan out software development and things like that. Well, in this case, you want to do an investigation workflow. It helps you keep documentation and a timeline of the project that you're working on. You want to do a workflow to help show where you started. You located the device, you documented, you preserved, you created an authorized backup to export the data. You want to provide a workflow so that this workflow can be used in a court of law, or it can be easily transferred over to an attorney or to a sheriff department. Whoever's doing the investigation, you can provide this workflow. It will make the job much more easier for them to find your family member and help resolve the issues that you're looking to get resolved. In IT, I'm not really an expert on this, but I just want to encourage families like mine to maybe do what's called a family investigation kit, or set your devices up so that they are in sequence, so that you can locate one another, or so that your devices pull specific data so that they keep track of your family members as they move around. Maybe have your devices keep an evidence log. You can have AI help you set up software so that you can download onto your device that creates an evidence log. Maybe have your camera pop on every once in a while to capture some data and sync it back into your cloud. Those are things that might actually help out when these cases come about. You might actually have a way of preventing someone from lying to your family and telling you a different story, because you have a sync database set up in an infrastructure that's pushing data or pictures to your cloud. So again, these are ways to help set up a family investigation toolkit that will help allow for a witness note or a cloud account checklist that will help you provide a timeline or give you some sort of evidence to use. Go into the closing. I did provide you some other slides moving forward. This is slide 15. There are some more slides after this that you can look at that talk about SQLite and viewing your own device. It gives you some step-by-step information if you need that. It also gives you some commands that you can use in SQLite to pull out data off of some of the iPhones, Androids, or tablets that you might be using. Even the watches. So this is, again, just a digital evidence way of telling a story. If for any reason your family needs your support and you can't get support from anyone else, hopefully this slide will help encourage and provide you support so that you will be able to get a start on finding your family member that needs your help if they are lost and you don't have the support or the digital guides that you need. I always want to encourage you. You can reach out to us at IT-for-me. I will it-for-me.com. I will help you in any way that I can, lawfully, of course, and be an encouragement or a support consultation in this situation if for any reason this arises. Again, I encourage you to subscribe to our page or reach out to us at it-for-me.com. This is our closing. Please enjoy the rest of the slide, and we will see you again. And thank you for joining.